Hello everybody, Dr. Incompetent here, resuming my Let's Play Planet Zoo franchise mode here in 2020. And I'm just looking around at my zoo with it paused and thinking, what are my next steps? So first of all, I always like to just see, alright, what is this? Man, this Morpheus, this person is in my game all the time. Looking cool. Sunglasses. Alright. So one thing I did think about is that I do now have 800 conservation credits for daily logins and all. It shows you if you mouse over it the ways that you can get conservation credits. And so one way to get them is to buy animals with them, and then once they've been purchased with conservation credits, you can actually release them into the wild and get conservation credits back. But if you're buying animals with cash, I do not believe that you can release them into the wild. So it might be, a good idea if I want to fill out this habitat to buy some stuff with conservation credits so that we can make more down the road. It would also cost no cash. All right, now Gulpy Soda 1 and 2 look too busy. My god, I was hoping that by installing another Gulpy Soda, I would satisfy the guests' happiness, but thirst and hunger are problematic. They like the scenery. Overall, the happiness is good. I just need to provide some more opportunities for Gulpy Soda and Burger Chiefs. So maybe then what I should do, I'm at 19,000, so that's kind of right where I would like to be if I were going to build a new habitat. Is around 20,000, and I already have the barrier and the gate, constructed. So there is that. But anyway, what I'm going to do is look at my zoo and try to find a place where I can stick in a food court that would, maybe down here, that would not mess with the traffic up here. I already have this. Okay, so let me think about this. So can I put a path in that would, I don't know why anybody would want to immediately go to the food court, but I like the idea of just circular walkways. And what I mean is people can, they don't go to the food court and it's just a dead end. They can't get anywhere else. But maybe that's not a big deal. Maybe I'm overvaluing that. All right, so how big is my path? It is 16 feet wide, which is 4 meters. I did change the measurement units into something I'm more comfortable with, aka not the metric system. All right, so let's spill the path out over here. I'm going to change the length a little bit, and actually let's just make it a ginormous. Well, that's as wide as we can make it. So I'm going to go back, and I want to just extend this path by a huge margin this way. Now we could bring it back, but for now I'm going to take the length down, and I'm going to maybe do this. All right, and then we have this big area here that I can put tables and things where people could eat. I need to move this tree just ever so slightly over here. Move this. I'm just pushing M to move. All right, now I'm gonna need to put in another Burger Chief and another Gulpy Soda. Pretty silly, but that's fine. Facilities, guest facilities. I think because it's so hot, like I said before, that's why people are just, not having the best time of it. So I want this to connect, right, to the path. I don't know why it won't. Unless I put it... Oh, maybe because of this bend or something. Anyway, I would like to connect to this, but I want... maybe I can make my own. I kind of want to set these back so that there's room for the queues. Because I've noticed that the queue really blocks people's access point. So that people can't, like, I need people to line up here instead of congesting the area where I want to put the food court. So then let's go ahead and put a path, and then I can do this, but I need it to be not as wide as that. Maybe the problem is that it's not level. Let me just flatten to foundation, like all of this over here, so that I can maybe build the path now. No, that wasn't it. Maybe it's just a weird shape, and it just doesn't know what to do with this like funky shape. Well, that's fine. But it has affected the edge of my path, which is no longer this kind of nice circular node. So let me move this tree to over here, and then let's build the path up again. And we're going to go to full width and just try to extend this. I only want one length. Perfect. Okay. Now let me look at my spreads. Let me look at my heat maps. So first let me check power, water. Power is fine. Negative impact on guests is also fine. I don't think anyone's getting hit right now. So that's good. Okay. So we've got everything we need over here. Now it's time to put in some fancy stuff. So we're going to go to facilities, and we're going to go to, we'll build this one like this. And then this one can just be like this. All right, perfect. Then I'm going to go to terrain, and I'm going to, paint short grass right around here so that there's not any poking through my patio, because I don't like how that looks. All right, this tree needs to be moved just a bit. All right, now it's off. Okay. Now, we have a couple more buildings, and I want to go to facilities, seating, and I'm going to build some nice picnic tables around here where people can eat and drink and get some refreshment, relaxation. I don't know how, like, you know, what the area on these things is, but this is the whole purpose of this section. And I'll kind of try to leave room for lines. Now that looks good. I don't want people to bump into each other. Well, maybe I can actually move this a little bit closer to the edge and fit in some more. Yeah, I think I can be a little bit tighter with these. And then these can be a bit more spread out, but I just want to have plenty of areas. Okay, and then let's put some like picnic canopies up over these. And I'm going to vary them, so there's some that are big and some that aren't, just to kind of give it a different look. Alright. No, never mind. I lied about that. I'm just going to make them all the same. It looks weird. There we go. It's kind of janky to get it to snap in there, but you'll get it. Oh, I almost had it. I was so close. There we go. Alright. Now, I could change the color of these things, but it does match the green roof, so for now, we'll just keep it. Alright, so now we've made like a little food court. So with a food court, you gotta have trash cans all over the place. Hey, yeah, right there. Right there. Right there. Interesting, it's like I can't build it too far off, but there we go. Just build these every once in a while. I don't want to mess. Okay. And then, do I want to have, like, some benches over here where people can sit? Maybe, like, one. Maybe one over here. And then one here. Okay, so now we have some, like a nice seating area that we've established. I'm going to unpause it and open these up. And then I'm going to repause it and go to the zoo, go to staff, and go to work zones, and then go to edit this work zone so I can include these two buildings. Alright, and then I want to check the staff room. It is low demand usage. I might need to, no, the one keeper is doing fine. We only have one habitat. The caretaker, however, I don't know what their duties are, but maybe he has a high workload. And then most of the vendors do. So what I can do is hire another caretaker and then hire another. I guess the caretaker like keeps it clean. So yeah, the bigger the space, the more guests, it's gonna get nuts. And then we'll hire another vendor as well as like backup. And then I'm gonna go to staff, and I'm gonna assign this staff so that they have work zones. Okay. Alright, and let's just see what happens now. So I spent about 5,000 doing that, building this like food court area, but let's see if people take advantage of this, or they might not even notice it. I do need to beautify this area with some scenery once that gets going. Oh, here they come. Look. They're cleanly walking through the table. So, you know, the good thing about that is it's a weird graphical artifact that they do that, but it is nice because it means that this is not blocking their path. Like, they can just walk through it. So, yep, she got a burger. This lady is going for a gulpy. What are our, kiosk profit? That's right. We do want to build another exhibit species. Ooh. Yep, look, these people are actually using the bench. This family. I mean, look how cool this is. This family, they've got like 2 dads, and they went to the information center to get these. I guess it's not on there, but I think they get these earpieces at the information center to give them education. How are you doing? He's got 24%. It's even better. There's not a lot to do here, and it costs too much at the information center. My time at Exhibit 1 was okay. I wonder... You know what? Maybe it's because we haven't researched any of the cool stuff inside the exhibit. And so... And the education level is bad, so they're just kind of like, it's a snake. I do want to actually check with my snake really fast and see, can I fit another snake in here? What is your, Liam, what's your social health? The social group is balanced. Yeah, I kind of want to check, where's the thing where I can view your Zoopedia? I want to see, like, what is your, okay, so I can get one more of these dudes in there. And I think that might really help it to just produce one more. So to have 2 snakes in here. So let me get you, like, what? You're a, Liam's a boy. So can I get a girl? You are a Western Diamondback. Species. This is by A. Go down and give me, so we can see Western Diamondback. Yeah. Here's a girl. And, boy. Not great options. She's not going to live very long. Gabella. But I want to adopt her anyway. And I'm going to put her in here. And see if that spruces it up. They might even have a baby. We will see. One thing I don't know is, can I donate the babies that animals that I've purchased for cash create? I feel like maybe I can. Maybe those can be donated for conservation points. Look at this. I'm so pumped that people are actually using this resting area. So that seems to be working out well. This gulpy soda might be too far away for anybody to want to come to it, but I hope it just makes a dent in the lines of some of these. These are hard to compete with because they're like right on the main drag. And who wants to go all the way out over here? But I do need to build another exhibit. So maybe if I put another exhibit in, like right here or over here, then people will have more of a reason to go over here. And we can get some more usage out of that shop. Alright, so the female snake is now installed. She's in here. She's kind of sleeping down here. And the habitat is not great because I don't have any cool terrain add-ons, as I don't have any research done on snakes. So what I want to do is research snakes, but I'm busy trying to maximize the research on mandrills. So I think it's probably in my interest to go ahead and hire another vet and another mechanic to get some more research done. Because this is, you know, I haven't played franchise mode very much. I have like one other that I just kind of booted up just to get my head around it. And so I have no research done, and the research all carries over. So I have a lot of catching up to do. So let me build staff facilities, a workshop, like right. Actually, you know what I want to do? I kind of wanted to try this out. Let me build a workshop on top of this workshop. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make this happen, but I'm going to try. Alright, so I'm putting it, oops. Where'd it go? Build a workshop. Yep, right on top. So I'm going to try to stack facilities. Oops, it's not rotated the right way though, so I need to move it. And I need to shift it. I'd like the door on the same side. Okay, so now we have this workshop up here. And I need to figure out how to get a path to it. I watched a little bit of a Pulsley tutorial on how to do this, and I'm going to try to do it myself. So please bear with me because, well, I don't really know what I'm doing. Alright, so I need to build a path, and what we want to do is go align to grid, and I want to build a path that is a staff path, this path, and alright, so here we go, path. Now, yes, okay, so I want to like, I need to adjust my width from massive to not massive. And we're just going to go with a 4-meter cube. Now, I believe that this may have been the wrong way to do this, because I think what you want to do is click this grid thing, but the grid doesn't look like it wants to turn on anyway. Alright, now I have a little path up here. Okay, and so from here we have this elevated balcony that accesses this area, but I need to get steps built. So let's go ahead and try to make some steps. And this is like completely unnecessary. I could do this much simpler, but I just want to practice doing this for later. And then I think, what do? Do you like, yes, okay, you just drag it down like this to make steps. So you hold the left mouse button down and you drag it to create a staircase. But it's saying it's obstructed. All right, so first things first, let me get these trees out of the way. These trees are awesome. I'm just going to temporarily move them. What do you mean obstructed? Get real. Oh, maybe that's just out of bounds. I just need to see this area a little bit better. All right, so here is a path. And now let's just go ahead and try to build. Maybe like this, and then I'm going to push escape, and I'm going to try to build the path again. And now I'm going to try to build the steps down. 1. Okay. So we did build them down, but I need to not have them. I just want to build like a landing and then have it curl around, and then no. And then, well, actually, then this is just a ramp, but it connects. You see? So now the staff can like come up here, and it's not the tidiest, but they can actually get there. Oops, I actually need to move this to right here. And then I need to build the vet research right next to it. I guess I could flip-flop them, but I like having them. Okay, now that's there. Now can I connect this doorway? Now what I want to do is select you, and then I want to go path, and then I want to like build this out. See, and it's so weird how this path thing works, that it's like, no, you can't actually connect this to this for some reason. So it's very janky, and you need to just be better than I am at doing this, but I can figure this out. All right, so let me just select the path and align to grid. Now the grid is down below me, so I'd like a grid up high. Yeah, here we go. Get the grid from here. And then let's build a path. Let's actually just delete this path then, and then try to go build the grid. And then now I need my grid to move over, and it's not there. So let's deselect the grid and see if we can just. Okay, that's ugly, but we did it. So now people can actually get to these. Now the most important thing is to check the negative impact on guests. So I think that both of these are safely out of the way of these shops, which would be the only thing that they're touching. All right, so now these are staff paths, and it's ugly how it just dead ends like that, but I'm going to expand, so I'm not too worried about that. and then now I need to go to zoo and staff, and I'm going to hire another mechanic and another vet. And I'm going to unpause it. Oops. And then I'm going to pause it. And I'm going to go to the zoo, and I'm going to go to the work zones. I first need to edit this work zone by adding in these 2 buildings. Alright, now the work zone is good, and then these people need to be assigned a work zone, so I'm just going to tell them to work the entry of the zoo work zone that I've built. Now I'm going to go to research, and I'm actually going to, I have an extra vet now to research the snakes, and the first level should go quickly, and then with mechanic research, there's so many things that I want. I mean, I have very, very few things. Let's start doing, geez, some better barriers for now. Get at least a new level of barrier. Alright, and then let's unpause it, and let's see what happens to the zoo. See if we can get our money back. Now people are coming. Look, this like old man and these people are coming in. They queue up politely at the gulpy soda. Alright, so let's then go ahead and just start building some of our signature decorations around this area to make it not look, well, you know, we want to make it look nice. So the African daisies are a very, very, they're just a little piece that I really like. Can't find accessible staff room with free space. Okay, so who can't? Alright, so now our staff room is full. So, what is this? What challenge did I complete? Reduce crime. Great. So besides that pickpocketing incident, we have shored up our crime problem. Alright, so one of these is the staff room. This is the staff room. And it is full. So what do we want to do? Well, very simple. I'm going to take money, and I'm going to build... I can't build another staff room. Ooh, I'm almost to just where I can connect this right out if I do this correctly. It's a little bit too far away right there. But if I scooch it out, it wants to grab. Anyway, I want to keep it symmetrical, so... I'm going to put it there. Yep. And then we're going to go to paths. And then we're just going to kind of connect this like that. Yes. And then now we have another staff room. Also, I think I can take these trees back and, you know, put them closer to the staff areas. Make things look a little nicer here. I'm going to grab this tree and maybe put it like here so that the people who are working... Yeah, there you go. That looks sweet. At some point, when I get a bunch of extra money, I want to build coverings for all of these staff buildings so they're not just these horrifyingly ugly prefabs, but I don't have the cash to do that. Let me pause it again, actually, and go to work zones. Zoo. Staff. Work zones. Edit work zone. Add that. Alright. Now let's see if then this building is accessible. And if this person is like, I figured it out, that there's a staff room. Well, nobody's in there. Figure it out. Can you figure it out? Oh, look, this person is like so tired from a long day at work. They're dragging. Maybe they can find it. Let's see if they can take this ramp. Oh my god, this person's about to die. I could do with the rest 9 months ago. A year ago, they tried to find a staff room. It's funny how this works. Like, the time passage is a little bit off. Alright, come on, Latoya. Let's get you there. She's going up. She's going up. There's a staff room. I'm going to follow you. You can take a break here. There she is. Uh-oh. Okay, so Habitat 2 has damaged barriers. Well, to be honest, all you have to do really, at least so far as I understand it, when this happens, and this has worked in the past, is you just click Call Mechanic, and they'll come fix it. They're just in the workshop anyway. But it's funny, there's no animals in there, so that's cool. Inspector is leaving the zoo, and their report says our education is terrible, but the cleanliness is good, and the main animal habitat is good. So, well, there you go. Ooh, look at all the money going in there. Yeah, this bucket is a popular bucket. That's a good bucket. That is the prime bucket. That must be the prime viewing location. I guess people get right out of this T-junction, and they just go hog wild. Alright, so now we're back up to 17,000. And you have the staff up here doing stuff. Yes! Is this snake research? Oh, it's manual research. Wow, that surprised me. What did we get at level, what we are doing, 7? We got more toy enrichment, fun fact, and we're even better at breeding. And then now, at level 8, we can get like max education, so we can start really telling people about what in God's name is happening here. Alright. So, I was kind of worried that I was going a little hog wild with staff facilities and doing extra stuff that might put my zoo under, but because the foundation of the money engine was pretty okay with getting one habitat squared away, and never dipping below like 10,000, I'm fine. Now, I am going to pause the game and just take a gander at trying to put some animals in here. I'm going to replace these barriers with bricks anyway, but let me go to the animal trading and go to the price filter, and let me just see what I can get for, you know, 800 conservation credits. See, I mean, I could get like a gorilla. Look how unreal this would be. This sweet, yeah, I want to do gorilla pretty badly. This dude, he's only 483. It's because he's 20 years old, Madhu, which means he might not make it very long. But if we get him, we can't actually get a woman to go with him, but we could just have like one gorilla chilling for a bit. Now let me, to see if that's even viable, I might have to go chimpanzees because they're a little cheaper, but let me see this dude's, his habitat is like right here. That's interesting. Yeah, see, they like to have 3 to 6 with one alpha male, so I need to get this guy at least 2 females, and I can't really afford that. So anyway, let's go back to our animal trading, and let's maybe look at the chimpanzee. No, they're still expensive too, or like lions. Oh man, sweet. Well, I could buy a boy and a girl. Lion. I can afford those two. Let me see what your Zoopedia says about your group. 2. 1 male and 29 females. Okay. Well, then let's put in some lions. Let's just do this. Let's get this going. All right, so I'm going to go to animals. Or, I'm sorry, animal trading. And I'm going to try to buy these lions. I'm going to try to buy this guy who has reason. He's just down the middle on genes. And then her, who doesn't have a good longevity. What is that? Well, you're going to die in like 2 seconds? That's a shame, Panda. But, you know, what actually I can do is buy this dude, and then buy Panda, and then buy some other females who are a little bit better with longevity. Perfect. Okay. And then let's just move them directly into this. And then let me go into my own, I'm going to move you into this. Now, I'm going to redo the barriers of Habitat 2. And we're going to call this the Lion Lounge, because that's got alliteration and it's sweet. And then we need to edit the barrier. I'm just going to start throwing in the bricks. It's higher resistance grade than wood logs, and they can't climb it. I don't think I have to worry about climbing with lions. Oh, cool. I can just select them all by using these arrows. So if you use these like centralized arrows to move it around, now I have the whole thing selected, and I can just click red brick, and we've got red brick. And the nice thing about buying them with conservation credits is it costs me no money. I am going to have to completely tweak this out so that, you know, people can actually see inside. You know what I'm going to try to do? I'm going to try to get just unreasonably nuts with this. And what do I mean by unreasonably nuts? I mean, I'm going to go to terrain, and I'm going to try using the terrain stamp tool, and I'm going to try to make a cave. So it's like a natural hard shelter back in this corner, maybe. Alright, so we built it, and it conveniently shapes itself to, well, I didn't think it was going to poke through the wall. I thought it was going to like shape itself like this did. That's a bummer. Let's just undo that then. Let me see if there's some options for this when you're doing this guy. Stamp mode, settings, height, width. Well, I can move it further in, so it just won't do that, like this. I just don't want it going through. How's that look? It hangs over, but I can sculpt that away. That's actually kind of cool, though. People might want to walk under that for some shade. And then now what I want to do is use the terrain tool to sculpt, and we're going to kind of like push through this. To try to make like a cave. Okay. Now isn't there like some kind of smoothing thing? That's not doing what I'm trying to do. Oh no. Okay, interesting. Now the idea is, if I put bedding down here, will this count as, you know, some kind of... I'm gonna have to build from underneath to try to get this right. This is funky, but I think it's gonna be worth it to try to make a sweet cave as part of this habitat. So let me look at the back wall. Is the smooth what I want to use here? Yes. Okay, so the smooth there closed that back wall, which I kind of wanted to do. Now I'm going to push, but I'm going to push much smaller. Well, no, that's not good enough. Interesting. Alright, I need to use the smooth tool again. I apologize, this is taking forever, but, you know, this is just a little cave 101. Okay, so what I did was finish this cave and put in some glass, and I'm going to unpause it and have the lions delivered and see if this actually will count as enough hard shelter. I don't know if they have enough space, and I have to put in all the terrain features that they like as well, but I find that the easiest way to do that is just to let the animal get in there. It'll be unhappy for a second, but I just pause it and then fix everything and unpause it. There's one. And there's two. Okay. So, low welfare immediately because there's no enrichment. Space. Okay, so let me look at you. It wants to have 5,000 square feet, and this habitat is 6,000 square feet. Well, that should be okay. Let me see. Alright, so let's fix as much of this as we can. Critical area or crowding issues present. The habitat itself it likes. The terrain isn't appropriate, so let's just fix that first. What is wrong? There's too much long grass and you want more short grass. Well, I could have guessed that, and that's easy enough to fix. Let's just use a giant brush and just like take out this long grass over most of this stuff. Okay, and then it looks like you want some rock. Well, then what if I put in like rock that's underneath your bedding? That seems like it's really comfortable. But it's more appropriate to the cave. We're getting there. Okay, not really getting there. Looks like you want a lot of rock, huh? Well, we'll get there. Animal needs more rock. I mean, good lord. All right, we'll put in some rock. We getting there? All right, there we go. There's enough rock. Okay, so all of this is good. Navigable land area. It's got, I guess this counts as 5,000 and it wants more than 9,000. So what we're going to have to do is change this habitat dramatically by extending it. But that's okay. We have $18,000 to do that. So while it's paused, I think it's cool. Then again, I don't know to adjust this. So I built the rough makings, but I didn't think I was going to get something as big as lions, but lions are awesome. So let's just adjust the barrier. Edit the barrier. And I'm going to start putting in, I'm going to just take a lot of this out. And then from this plinth, I'm going to, I'm going to have it open like this, I think. And then I'm just going to take the path and I'm going to delete the path. Oh boy, no, not like that. That surprised me how that functioned. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now with the path deleted like that. Dear God. Okay, so I had saved my game with the zoo paused, and it does not, when you load your game, it apparently does not keep it paused. So I was doing some barrier work while it was paused, and now I've terrified everybody because these lions were free roaming as I was adjusting their habitat. Okay, so that's kind of funny. All right, let's path, and let's just continue project lion. So now let's go ahead and do this and edit the barrier, and I'm going to continue to build some more barrier. Let me think about like what's the best way to do this. I think if I extend it like this, we still maintain a pretty good walkway. Let me look at the heat map for power. Okay, I want to keep within the power of what we have. Well, I don't know if that's absolutely essential. So if I throw this here, I'm going to have to first delete this path and then put in the barrier again. There. Now, how big is it now? How big is this size? It is now 13,000. So what is your... Now the habitat's fine, isn't it? The space is fine. Okay, good. And so it's just an issue of enrichment. Okay, so now we've got that squared away. The overall welfare is terrible, though, because... Well, maybe if I unpause it, then it'll fix. But anyway, first things first, we need to extend this path. Now, this before, I'm going to just... Now, you can't click on it, unfortunately. Oh, this is embarrassing. Let me just smooth this situation out. I'm going to go to paths, and I'm going to build one. But this path that I had was a bit wider. Is that about the right length? 23 feet? Is that right? I need to go back to length 1. And it's not letting me make it any stubbier, though. So I'm going to have to kind of curl it like this. And that'll be as close as I can get it. So let me continue this. Moving around. Do-do-do. Okay. Now, connecting this might be not the easiest thing in the world. So sometimes what you have to do is kind of be like, hey, delete this path, and then just continue this path, and then I can do that like this. And then we can connect it like this. I'll just have to move this tree and these plants. But now we have a walkway all the way around this extended lion habitat. I think it's actually probably a good idea to just edit this barrier a little bit. And kind of make, you know, do something like this. It's a little cleaner. And then get rid of this. I just didn't like the way that the angle was presenting itself. Alright, now let's edit the barrier and let's just drop in some more viewpoints. So there's a good one. And then maybe, you know, we put one like over here. And here. And then we can put a nice one here and here. I think it's always okay. You know, part of me wants to just put glass everywhere, but I think it's better to encourage some exclusivity with the viewpoints, and also perhaps helps the animals with their shyness situation. Okay, so now they have enough space, and now people should not be terrified. Let me go about the business of moving this tree just very slightly to like right here. And then these, I can just move this there, and this can just get moved very nicely here. Put this here. And then this is a tree that we can move to there. I don't think it really bothers me that the bin is where it is. But it is kind of in a walkway, so let's just move it here so it's a little bit less intrusive to the path. All right, I'm going to unpause it really quickly. Then the concerns go away. Now, let's see if these animals are any happier. Now their welfare has jumped up because everything is effectively fixed. They don't like their meal, but we have to research that. Looks like this is going to do them fine as a structure. When I look at their habitat, they're like, yep, the hard shelter is great. The terrain is only mildly appropriate. I wonder if it's because of... What is it that's bad? Oh, they need more rock. And so we can do that. So let's just go to terrain and paint some rock. We can just get rid of a bunch of this, like, grass that they don't care for anyway. I'm going to make this much bigger. There we go. Just kind of sprinkle this rock in here for them. And then now they're pretty happy. They do want some soil. So let's just give them a little bit more. Now, when I go look at them, let me look at your happiness. Yeah, everything about the habitat is 100%. I don't know why it's 96. Maybe that'll adjust once I unpause it. And then it's an issue of enrichment. Do I have anything for you guys? So let's click on the habitat. And if you don't know, I mean, I've said this a million times probably, but you just have to click on the barrier once you've created a habitat by putting a door and an enclosed barrier wall. Then you can click on the barrier to go to this habitat, which I thought I named the Lion Lounge. Now we've got it. Anyway, we're going to make some adjustments by going to habitat and going to enrichment items and then seeing if we have any for West African lion. Probably not. Oh, we do have some stuff that's actually appropriate for them. So we somehow have like toy enrichment. We don't have any food stuff yet, but we can give them something. So like here's a box to play with, and here's a scented sack, and here's like a sprinkler. Now we don't have any water set up, so we probably shouldn't do that. Let's put a gift box over here, and then let's see if like these 3 small items help them at all with enrichment. Toy enrichment is good. I mean, unpause it. Keeper cannot reach habitat due to work zone setup. All right. Well then, what we need to do is quickly go to zoo, and then go to staff and go to work zones, and then edit this work zone. So I don't know why the Lion Lounge is in the work zone. There's a door. Everything's in this work zone. Let me pause and see if that still happens. No, it turned off. Okay. So that was just like a temporary glitch. All right. So now we have some seriously sweet animals. I mean, look at Gahiji and Penda. I am going to actually change her name to you know, Lady Gold, and then his name, he definitely looks like a Proudfoot. Ooh, okay, so let's pause it, and we have Cal visiting, so let's say hello to get the conservation points. And then people are saying that the ticket prices are, you know, not high enough. And we're at 18,000 money, so that's beautiful. We've got lions now. So what? Oh, I've got to put in donation boxes. There's a lot I have to do to finish this. But while it's paused, let's go to the zoo, go to the overview, and then let's just bump these up to like $9 and $7 and see what people think about that. I also have to put in all the educational stuff. I don't have any of that. Okay, so can I like dismiss this? Yeah, I changed it. Anyway, and then let me go to facilities. guest facilities and put in some donation boxes. So let's just like think, what are going to be the prime viewing points? I mean, this one is good. Why can't I put this here, by the way? Maybe it was too close or something. Here's one. Put one here. Here's a viewpoint. Everybody seems to be gathering here, so maybe we put that there. We can put one over here. And then, don't we have a glass wall back here? We sure do. So people can maybe, you know, throw in some cash over here. All right. This is just probably foolishness, but I'm going to click on... boy, it's hard to actually click on this terrain, sculpting, and I'm going to pull this. I'm going to make this, oops, not that. I meant to just target this. I'm making this like a little bit larger of a deal. I'm going to turn down the size of it and just kind of, I like pulling this a little bit over the enclosure more. It's fun. Okay, so how does that look? That looks sweet. That's how it looks. And I can put like an awesome tree on the top of that for no reason. But anyway, all right, so now we've got that. So now let's go to facilities, guest facilities, and then let's throw up some monitors. And so I'm going to put monitors like on these. The nice thing about not building glass all the way around, which I did with my monkey, my mandrill habitat, is that you have room to put more of these screens in a place that doesn't obstruct people's view. Now, I don't know if that's, you know, entirely necessary, but I like the idea of it. Okay, and then, yep, so it's like, I put a bunch of these things up because they look cool, and if people want them, fine. All right, so remember, we're going to put these speakers up, and we have to be concerned about overlap. So, for example, let me actually just click on this speaker, and then we're going to change it to West African Lion, and then I'm going to adjust the range to almost the edge. There we go. And then I'm going to turn these babies on to West African Lion, West African Lion. And then, I mean, it's so good. It's just like you get this sweet picture. Looks awesome. West African Lion. Okay. I should get that tall grass out of there. They don't really care for that. Oh, no power. Okay, so this part did get out of the power range. Actually, let me check the heat map and then look at power. And so all of this would be out. Okay, so that's a fair point. So what I'm going to actually do is build a power facility. And we're just going to build a transformer to give power to this area. And let's build it like... I need to build it in a place that people can not go by, but that is still like effective. I don't want to create too many dead zones. This is good for this section. Now, so we have a transformer in. The staff has to be able to get to this. I'm going to push H and check the negative impact. This is like, people hate transformers. But that's fine. So what we're going to do is just build a staff path. It's going to be really, really all on its lonesome for now. I'm going to actually build this other color of staff path. And we don't need to make it this wide. We can just make it the regular, like 4 meters. And we'll just send it over here. And then I'm going to take it as long as I can just to kind of... Oh boy, that's insane. Yeah. And then... I wonder if there's a keystroke to adjust the length. It's not that. It's not that. Well, actually, you can adjust the... That's interesting. So that adjusts the height. I mean, the width. So the brackets do the width. Is there one for the length nearby? Yes, plus and minus. Okay, sweet. Because it's annoying to like click off. Okay, so there's a lot of keyboard shortcuts, but that's fantastic. So I'm just gonna like make this really long so that it goes like this. And the cool thing about the staff pass is obviously only staff are gonna go over here. So now we have power on these things. The only problem is, of course, that this is going to create a work zone problem. So I got to go to zoo, I got to go to staff, I got to go to work zones, and I got to edit this work zone to include this transformer. Now, at some point, this work zone is probably getting too big, and I'm going to need to like split it up. But for now, I think we're fine. And what this allows is for power all the way around. Now, I'm going to need to do a lot to really get this fully functional. And what I mean by that is, you know, I don't have any benches. I might need a soda place over here. We'll see how that shakes out. All right, so let's build some more educational speakers. One here seems good. One here. Let me look at my range on my educational speakers. Where is this one? Where are they over here? I know I have one over here, don't I? Where is it? Uh-oh. Here, let me look at the heat map. And then look at the, isn't there one for education? Guest education. Right. Okay. Oh. Why is this one not working? Is it on the wrong side? Is that what happened? It's not functioning. Go back to that. What is this? It's like, it looks like it's stuck inside the barrier. Maybe I adjusted the barrier and it never got fixed. But I need to fix that so that people get full education. So let's build a facility. Let's build a speaker right here. And then we can... Oh, no, I don't need two on top of each other. We'll just undo that. But no, I meant to just select it and then say mandrel. And then adjust the volume. When you start adjusting the volume, it automatically shows the heat map for that. Okay, so here's this. This is going to be West African lion, and I want the range to be enormous because I'm not competing with anything. Okay, there we go. So now we have no overlap, and it covers... I probably don't need it that big. There we go. Now this one, how many... let's put West African lion, and then I guess we'll put it so big as long as it doesn't interfere with that. I could probably do better on the placement, because then there's this like dead zone where you're just getting nothing. Okay. And then I'm going to turn this one down. Yeah, I mean, you get a dead zone either way, but I think that one's a little bit better. All right, so I'm going to just Control D to duplicate this. And I'd like to build one here. Now we can, it duplicated it very, like, to the same level as the volume too, which is pretty sweet. Okay, so that gives an indication that I should turn this down. Because I can't quite put a good one here. Now this is just bad for the animals, so I wonder if that's okay. Well, that's kind of a, let's just see how that goes. I'm gonna take this up to 9. Actually, 10. Almost. Yeah, there we go. And then we can build another one of these. So I'm just gonna control, select this and I'm gonna Control D and put it, you know, as close as I can get it. There. And then we can build one there, and then build one there, and see what we can do I don't think that people don't care how these look. It's just for like my own personal taste. You can adjust the color of them and the placement. I'm just going for function with these things because they're pretty minimal. Oh, we need to move this. I might just like... I hate to put it on the glass because it looks weird, but at the same time, it's the best place for coverage. Can I make this one louder? Oh no, I think there's one that's competing with right next to it, yeah. Alright, well that's pretty good. Okay. So now all this is happening, so let's just unpause it and see what shakes loose. There go the lions. Alright, what are the achievements that I can do? Info center profits, exhibit species, and guest numbers. Alright, well. Everything's vet research. Great. Okay, let's see what we did. Perfect. We got the rattlesnake done. So what I'm going to do actually is take the people off of the snake. Oops. Go back and then stop that research. And please go do the lion. Because now that the snake has been bumped up, we can go right to the exhibit, click on it, and then go to the layout, and then build these cool features like hiding places everywhere. I just like to build them all. I don't know why you wouldn't. Maybe it's too crowded or something, but now we've got the snake pit. Now, oh, mechanics research done. Oh, we got even more classic theme. Let me look at like what. Oh, we mastered classic theme. We actually got like a gold thing. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna work on staff facilities because I want to improve my staff so they can better serve people. Oh, look at everybody looking inside. They have big smiles on their faces, and we're up to 21,000. So the money is coming in. We're at 600 guests. These are all new records. I wonder if I can buy a female lion really quickly on the animal trading market. Let me just go in and, West African lion. Yes, I can. And I can buy this female. Oh, no, she's conservation only. I need to filter this for cash listings and not conservation. Any West African lions? No, it's only conservation. Maybe because they're like endangered. But that's fine. That means we just have to work up to that. Here comes the keeper checking them out. Let me take a look at Proudfoot here. Look at this dude. This guy's unreal. He's having the time of his life. I just need to get him some food enrichment. And we're in Fat City. Alright, everybody. I think this is a good stopping point. We have finished the lion habitat. I need to put a lot of more nature in here to make it look better. Decorate all the way around. Put benches up. But look at the crowds that are gathering to look at the lions. And the mandrills. It's getting nuts. Vet research is complete for what? Ooh, mandrill? Did we master the mandrill? Oh my goodness. And so now we can just go on with the Diamondbacks. Perfect. Alright, I'm going to pause it so that no more good stuff happens and distracts me. But I do need to pause to finish and wrap this episode up. So now we have two habitats. A lion habitat and a mandrill habitat. The zoo is really, really coming on. I'm happy with it. I hope you have enjoyed the episode. If you have enjoyed this episode and you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, please do so. I'd really appreciate it. I hope you have an excellent evening or day wherever you're at, and I will check you in the next episode of Let's Learn Planet Zoo franchise mode. Alright, everybody. Take care.